Hey, this is Notser, and this is the user replay of the week. RJhotFire is in the tier 10 Japanese battleship Yamato. If you have a user replay you would like to submit, please submit it to notserreplay@gmail.com. Please have the replay file, in-score screenshots, 1 to 2 sentence summary, and please include the ship name in the title of the email. I really appreciate all the enthusiasm. I really do. I get a lot of replays, and I'm looking for a specific replay that will be entertaining to everyone. Maybe it's close. Maybe it's a lot of big shots. Maybe it's a combination of a ton of different aspects of the game. If you can't produce an amazing replay, maybe you can produce an amazing moment. All you have to do for that is share the timestamp for when that moment occurs in the replay. So, RJ, he's going to be RJ because I will probably giggle every time I say his full name. He's in, of course, a battleship that has extreme range, and the first enemy on his horizon is an enemy Amagi. And the Amagi is the tier 8 Japanese battleship. Technically, it's a battlecruiser in history. However, in this game, they've made some adjustments. It has a lower than average armor profile, but it has probably a faster than average speed. So it kind of makes up for it, and he misses completely, unfortunately. It is a combination of the range and the lead. Now, you don't get the horizontal line, but we see that it's about 13 seconds out. If I were him, I would be trying to target somewhere in the realm of 18, maybe 15. It depends on how much of the battleship wants to start moving. Now, that enemy, Amagi, which is a different one, doesn't have the upgraded hull. So, yeah, this is a tier 8, probably stock or very close to it, going up against tier 10s. Like, this isn't fair. But, obviously, a tier 8 in World of Warships can do a lot more than a tier 8 could ever do in a game like World of Tanks. It's just the facts. You hide, maybe your supportive role. Now, obviously, supportive role maybe it isn't as fun as you'd like it to be, but you're not going to die immediately, and you can provide the fire support to a class of ship that is maybe a little less intimidating. RJ sees that the enemy, Yamato, his counterpart, is sitting pretty stationary. Unfortunately, RJ's got to deal with torpedoes now. At the start of this match, RJ has basically not moved. Very little movement has been required to engage most of the enemy, and that is a product of the high-tier battleships. Which is why I hate standard battle in tier 10, and I can't believe they're putting it back in because of the complaints. And apparently it's because the Russian server disagrees with the European and the North American servers on the standard battle. I feel standard battle is extremely stagnant at tier 10. Domination is completely fine. People have to go out and fight or they lose. And this enemy Montana certainly went out and fought. Unfortunately for him, it looks like his team chose a different flank. So he's got to do everything in his power to hide behind the island. And for now, he's safe from RJ's big tier 10 460mm guns. But that won't last. Oh, no, no, no. He's just got to get around this island. What? I know it is a Japanese flower. What is it that blossoms pink all the time in Japan? I'm completely blanking on it, but it's pretty iconic to Japan. They're all over this map. And I don't think I've posted a good... Well, no, I've played on this map and had fairly interesting games. I don't think I've ever posted them. And look at the Montana. He's either pulled a Notser, or he's just such a great player that he feels like, I've got to stay right here. More torpedoes are incoming. That, of course, means that the single destroyer on the enemy team is on this flank somewhere. And look at the secondaries going off. He's definitely in range. Even a standard, a stock. Well, is there an upgraded Yamato? Well, if you consider modules as an upgrade, then yes, there is an upgraded one, because not a lot of people can afford the 15 or 20 million credits and then they have to buy, what, 10 million worth of modules on top of that? But you can just see the constant barrage of secondaries. And they're doing a little bit of damage. I would have loved some sort of... Oh, nice. 14,000. Almost 15,000. And that's just what the Yamato can do. It can pin the front of any ship in the game, and it doesn't matter your angling. The only thing you can hope to do is try and make it as hard as possible for him to do that. Ooh, actually, that was a pretty unfortunate dispersion. There we go. He finishes my... Oh, a 1,000 citadel. Yes, yes. He really needed that citadel to take out enemy Montana and confirm the kill. The gearing is right on his left flank. This is very dangerous. I think the gearing has sent out his torpedoes, though. Otherwise, I would basically say that RJ would be doomed. And just look at the slow turret traverse. I think he's got the faster rate of fire. I'll know in a second. I haven't really been paying attention. I've just been talking, you know. You're a talking head, Notser. That's all you do. You talk, talk, talk. Yes, show yourself. No, he doesn't. Wow. He does not have the faster rate of fire module. I wonder what he's using. Because the nice thing about the Japanese battleships is that you can have accuracy and rate of fire. You can't do that with the American battleships. Their accuracy module is the more expensive tier 9 and 10 variant. I wonder what he's using. That is interesting to me. You're going to see a lot of variety tomorrow. Hopefully it's coming out tomorrow. I really want the patch. Or actually today. Tomorrow for me, today for you. In the North American realm. I don't know if the Europeans get it day and day, but I assume you guys do. And the Russian, Asian, all that stuff, I think everyone gets it day and day. I'm not 100% on that. I know for like Blizzard games, North Americans always get it first. Because we're special. No, we're not. I think we get it first because they're an American company. It's much easier for them to just release it in America first, confirm it works or doesn't work, and then release it everywhere else. So, RJ helped capture A. The gearing, of course, is dead. That is a huge, huge bonus to his team. They have an advantage, a clear advantage. There's no enemy destroyer that could sneak around. They could be a little bit more open, a little bit more free. And anytime a battleship can be free, it's scary. He's got a giant island in the way. There's no threat whatsoever that he will take damage. All he has to do is hit shots, and that's easier said than done. And it looks like he's actually going to go after that Tirpitz, because the Tirpitz is going broadside. It's the flattest target. Yes, it's very far away, but it's still within range. And he engages the target. It looks pretty good from this direction. Oh, there's an enemy Des Moines that has spotted and engaged him. And he misses. Yeah, I think he missed. Yeah, a little bit too long. That's the problem a lot of times when you're engaging at long range. And that is long range. What was it? 21? 22 knots? 22 knots, really? 22 kilometers. It takes a long time for the shell to travel. And the Des Moines is a much easier target. Oh, wait. We've got an Atlanta. And his propulsion is knocked out. Ooh. RJ, you got to take this guy out. RJ, what was that shot? You saw his propulsion was knocked out. Almost 100%, he's not going to have last stand because he's a cruiser. Come on, RJ. Don't lead him that much. There we go. He's walking it in. Just a little lead. Just a skosh. This looks good. This looks like it'll get him. Okay. That could have been better. 2 shells. You're telling me 2 shells made contact and only did 1,400 points of damage. But RJ doesn't really need to do anything. Because there is no enemy destroyer, there's no torpedoes to force battleships to move that fast. And their team has a 2-to-1 advantage on base captures. They just need to get kills. And the Atlanta, basically stationary. Just direct targeting, and okay, 7K is much better. The Atlanta's propulsion is finally fixed, and he's on the move. Oh ho ho! 14,000 in the nose. He's got 28 hit points left. It would be really nice if the secondary batteries could have line of sight and finish him off, because that is just a waste of a cooldown to fire at. Yeah, there he goes. He's gone. RJ doesn't get the kill. His secondaries never actually fire, but that's okay. He's going after the Montana, and he gets 3 citadels. Hey, RJ, 45,000 points of damage. The Montana made the huge mistake. He was showing a perfect broadside, and he didn't really trust that RJ could hit that shot. Well, guess what? He did. A little unlucky with that back gun salvo. It looked like that the plunging fire of the shell caused it to ricochet off the side of the hull. And you can have that. I mean, yeah, 12 kilometers isn't nearly there. Oh, he got one in the nose for 14,000. Okay, yeah. Remember when I said that this could penetrate at any angle? I wasn't kidding. And you know, the nice thing is, there will never be a ship this strong at penetrating. They're going to have tier 10s that have better rate of fire. Maybe they have better maneuverability. Maybe they have better something else. But they're never going to make a battleship that has this big of a gun. And I'm really excited for the German battleships. I really am. You know, it's just something about battleships and destroyers. They're just so interesting. They're so weird. I've been going through the Soviet cruiser line. Granted, I do enjoy it, but there are so many cruisers in this game. And we only have 2 battleship lines. We have 3 destroyer lines, and they're all very unique. But at some point, some of the cruiser lines sort of morph together, and I do notice that people maybe enjoy my destroyer games a little bit more. Probably because I play like a wild man. I have to kill everything. That's the goal. Come on, RJ. Take this guy out. You don't need a perfect shot. You need to have a decent shot. You only need like 2 shells to make contact. Oh, it looks like he's turning into it. It looks like a kill. Yes, it is a kill. And he takes out one of his guns as a bonus. Enemy Tirpitz is incoming. Pretty healthy Tirpitz. And he's probably just want to get as close as possible to RJ and engage him in a brawling manner. That's really where the German battleships, I don't know if this is how it's going to work, but that's how at least this German battleship likes to play. And no citadels. That turtleback really does protect from citadels, but he's still going to take a lot of damage. He earns Confederate, which is always great. I'm the one who spams out the XP flags only, because for whatever reason, I can't risk using other flags. They're just too valuable. Well, you've got 400 dreadnought flags. I don't think they're too valuable to use. What can I say? I'm eventually going to use them all. And nice, he gets 12,000 points of damage. No citadel again, it's that turtleback. And that will be the iconic feature of the German battleship line. They will not take as much citadel damage as other battleship lines. They're going to be much more resilient to that sort of damage. But like the Tirpitz, it's got a lot of surface area, right? It's got a huge amount of crap just stacked up on top. Oh, interesting. RJ has lost one of his secondary guns. You notice it's broken right in front of the command tower? And the enemy aircraft carrier is coming for RJ. And anytime you're in a battleship like the Yamato, you feel like, just be merciful. Don't do too much damage. Please, don't kill me. Here comes the torpedo. He's really got to be aggressive in avoiding. And it looks like he's going to only take 2 torpedoes, which is good. Yes, in fact, that is very good. Enemy Des Moines is spotted. Pretty low, actually. He's trying to take out the Fletcher, I believe. Oh no. He's turning. He's turning into a broadside, RJ. And RJ takes a shot with his 2 front guns. He looks like he aimed for the waterline, as he should. And there is no longer a Des Moines on the map. Earns Kraken Unleashed, high caliber. And that was a good, clean shot. That's exactly what you look for whenever you see a target. And RJ has done a pretty good job. And he was pretty much pushing the entire time. I like that. I prefer that in a battleship. I don't like how a percentage of battleship captains really do lack the initiative to lead. I mean, imagine in World of Tanks if the heavies were standing behind the mediums, the lights, the tank destroyers, and we all know there are players that do that too. It's just like any other game. Why would the tank be in the back? And RJ fires on the enemy at Lexington. He gets 20,000 with one citadel assisting in that massive amount of damage. Now, is this a premium camouflage just for the Lexington? Or is this the... This must be the accuracy and the camo. Yeah. I'm dumb. Sorry. RJ continues to fire on the Lexington. He gets 6k with his back turret, and he finishes off the Lexington with his front two turrets. So, RJ earned Kraken Unleashed, High Caliber, Confederate, 6 kills, 10 citadels, a base capture. Let's be honest, that's probably the rarest ribbon you're going to see in a battleship, and that's really unfortunate, because they really are the tanks. They take so much damage, and they dish so much damage. They enhance everyone's ability to fight. RJ did over 275,000 points of damage. Oh yeah, that's pretty great. I have seen higher damage in the replays that some people have submitted, and they might be viewed at some point. I don't want to ruin the numbers, but I'll just say it's higher than 275. Maybe it's 276,000, right? And I won't even introduce it whenever that comes up. Great credit income, great game, RJ. I love that you are pushing. That's what all battleship captains should do. As far as the immediate future, 0.5.7 should be out right now as you're viewing this video in North America. I will be making a whole lot of videos on all the ships, all the modules, everything that's changed. And that should be exciting because, quite frankly, my module builds are pretty predictable. My skill builds are pretty predictable because, honestly, those are the best builds. You can't really get around that. Hopefully, this will add more variety and add more excitement. There will be 2 premium ships at some point once 0.5.7 is released that I will have access to. And I cannot say which ones, I cannot say when, but if you do some digging, I'm sure you can figure out what premium ships they are about to release. And finally, streaming will happen. We are very close to starting up streaming, and I want it to be obviously locked in to a predictable day and time so people know when to show up. That's the advantage of my channel. Content is released on a schedule, a clear schedule that you can tune into, and hopefully you appreciate that. I know I work very hard to make sure that I'm consistent so you can consistently work around my content and not the other way around. I realize that a lot of internet content is a little loosey-goosey. It just goes out into the ether. Well, it's got to be more structured so people know to appreciate it every single day or whenever you try and lock in that schedule. So hopefully you enjoyed RJhotFire and his tier 10 Yamato game. I certainly enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.